Imagine boarding a luxury Caribbean cruise with your family. 6 days of sunshine, crystal blue water, unlimited food, the vacation of a lifetime. Now imagine never making it home. When 18-year-old Anna Kepner stepped onto the Carnival horizon with her family, nobody could have imagined that just days later she would be found dead, hidden beneath a bed in her cabin. Even more disturbing, federal prosecutors allege the person responsible was someone she knew and trusted, her 16-year-old stepbrother. Today we're diving into one of the more disturbing and mysterious cruise ship homicide cases in recent memory. Grab your wine or your beverage of choice, and let's get into it.
My name's Pete, and this is Mary, and we are the True Wine and Crime Couple. If you like what you hear today, make sure to subscribe and make sure to stay till the end of the video because we're going to discuss this lovely wine that we are drinking today.
The best part. Anna Kepner was an 18-year-old high school senior from Titusville, Florida. Friends and family described her as bright, kind, ambitious, and full of life. She was a cheerleader, a straight-A student, and had her whole future ahead of her. In November 2025, Anna joined her father, stepmother, grandparents, sibling, and step-sibling on a Caribbean cruise aboard the Carnival Horizon. What should have been a fun family vacation would end in tragedy. The family departed from Miami aboard the Carnival Horizon. The ship traveled through the Caribbean, making stops in destinations including Jamaica, Grand Cayman, and Mexico. According to reports, Anna was sharing a cabin with her younger brother and her 16-year-old stepbrother, Timothy Hudson. Nothing appeared unusual at first. Passengers enjoyed the cruise. Family members spent time together. But somewhere during the final days of the voyage, something went terribly wrong. As the cruise neared its return to Miami, Anna suddenly stopped appearing around the ship. Family members became concerned. Then came the horrifying discovery. On November 8, 2025, a cabin steward entered the family's room. Under one of the beds, hidden beneath blankets and concealed with life jackets, was Anna's body. The discovery sent shockwaves through the ship. The FBI would soon become involved because the incident occurred aboard a vessel in international waters. Initially, many questions remained unanswered. Was it an accident, an overdose, a medical emergency? The answer would be far darker. The Miami-Dade medical examiner ruled Anna's death a homicide caused by mechanical asphyxia, meaning she was deprived of oxygen by physical force. Investigators reportedly observed injuries consistent with pressure being applied to her neck. This was no accident. Someone had killed Anna. Almost immediately, investigators began examining the people who had been closest to Anna during the cruise. Federal authorities focused on her 16-year-old stepbrother, Timothy Hudson. According to court filings and later indictments, investigators believed Hudson had been alone with Anna during the critical period before her death. Authorities eventually charged him in federal court. At first, proceedings were sealed because he was a juvenile. Later, prosecutors sought and obtained approval to try him as an adult. The allegations that emerged in 2026 stunned the public. Federal prosecutors alleged that Hudson sexually assaulted Anna and then intentionally killed her. In later court hearings, prosecutors described what they believed happened inside the cabin. According to those allegations, Anna was placed in a prolonged chokehold until she could no longer breathe. Prosecutors characterized the act as intentional and deliberate. It is important to note that these allegations have not yet been proven in court, and Hudson is presumed innocent unless convicted. As investigators dug deeper, troubling information began to surface. Court testimony revealed claims that Anna had previously expressed discomfort around her stepbrother. One former boyfriend reportedly told investigators that he had once witnessed Hudson climb into Anna's bed while she was sleeping during a FaceTime call. According to testimony, the incident left Anna uneasy. Those claims have become a major part of the prosecutor's narrative that this tragedy may not have come completely out of nowhere. One of the biggest developments came from DNA evidence. A sexual assault examination reportedly identified male DNA. Investigators compared multiple DNA samples during the investigation, including another teenager male passenger who allegedly was intimate with Anna during the cruise. That individual was eventually excluded as a contributor. Prosecutors say DNA evidence points towards Hudson, while the defense has challenged the government's interpretation of the evidence and timeline. The defense has argued that prosecutors may be oversimplifying the evidence. Defense attorneys have questioned aspects of the timeline and have challenged how investigators interpreted the DNA findings. They maintain that the government's theory has not yet been proven. As with every criminal case, the burden remains on prosecutors to prove guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. As of June 2026, Timothy Hudson has been charged as an adult with murder and aggravated sexual abuse in connection with Anna's death. A trial is expected later in 2026. The case continues to generate national attention because of the shocking setting, the family relationship between the victim and accused, and the unanswered questions that remain. Anna Kepner boarded a cruise ship expecting memories. Instead, her family returned home with unimaginable heartbreak. Was this a carefully planned crime? What exactly happened inside that cabin during the final hours of Anna's life? And what evidence will jurors ultimately hear when this case finally reaches trial? We'll continue following every development. What do you think?
Well, I have some real questions.
Okay.
So there has been issues in the past. Were the parents aware of these issues? Apparently there was an ex-boyfriend or a boyfriend who was aware of them. Did Anna make those issues with him? Did she state those to the mom or the dad? I mean, if she did, and if these parents knew that this kid had some sort of obsession with her,
right,
them putting them in the same room is criminal.
That information I have not been able to find on trial on
why is it every case we're doing now, I end up being pissed off at the parents?
The bottom line is, even staying with a biological sibling, well, the younger brother was 9, I believe, and he was a half brother.
Right.
An 18-year-old girl should not be rooming with a 9-year-old boy, nor a 16-year-old
boy. No.
That is not a biological sibling.
No. Who apparently has some sort of weird obsession with her.
Right. Yes. And apparently the parents, I don't know, the parents wanted their free sexy time.
Well,
I don't know.
Apparently they did. How long did it take them to notice she wasn't showing up around the ship?
Well, you know what's even more horrifying? Did you know her little brother slept in the room with her under the bed the whole night?
Right.
And
they didn't say anything like, "Hey, Anna's not in her room. It's it's 1 o'clock in the morning. Where is she?" The
stewards to find her. I mean, she wasn't 25, 21. She was 18 years old. You know? Once again, I would hope that if they did know, that should all come out in court if Hudson doesn't plead.
It will. Yeah.
And now the family has denounced this Hudson guy, and he's staying with an uncle who has two minor children.
I was just going to say, who has minor children in the house.
I mean, I know he's a veteran. I believe he's a veteran.
I don't care. What does that have to do with anything? And I had a problem with it, so I did a little digging on this judge that made the decision to not put him in jail. The judge's name is Edwin Torres,
Okay.
or Edwin Torres. He's a U.S. magistrate. So the first thing I'm thinking, all right, so what's the difference between a U.S. magistrate and a federal district judge?
And you're going to tell me.
I am going to tell you. So apparently they want to split up the workload. So there's a district judge who's been assigned to the case, who's
Okay.
going to, oversee the trial.
All right.
And then the U.S. magistrate is the one that does all the pretrial stuff.
Mhm.
So he had stated that the reason he is putting him on home confinement versus putting him in jail is because of his age. He said if this kid was 20 years old, he'd be in jail. But apparently, and I did a little investigating on the judge. Does he have a history of leniency? He's been a U.S. magistrate since I think 2002, so he's not new. No, he is not, and he did state that he would have put him in jail if he was, if it was a 20, there would be no question he'd be in jail.
Right.
And apparently, he also has instructed the U.S. Marshals to see if there's a way we can put him in jail. Because apparently, if you put an underage kid
in a federal
jail, there's some sort of other legal nonsense that arises that could complicate everything. So
I'm thinking Anna's Law down the line that's going to, and that's becoming another issue. They're saying that all these young boys, basically, I mean, look at Ethan Crumbley, look at the boy who killed Tristan Bailey. These kids are in adult prison for the rest of their lives, and they're getting locked up at 14 for life. Are they going to have baby jails? I mean, it's crazy,
I don't know, but I was a little perturbed about that whole thing, and then after I read up on the guy, because I was like, is this going to be another one of those judges
knew that it was that
just
I don't think
lets
so.
everybody go?
No, I think it was a matter of he legally can't hold him, correct? In prison.
And he actually did tell the U.S. Marshals, listen, is there something we can do? Is there some sort of solution where we can get this kid in confinement? But until then,
to me, if you
and actually, what the trial's in September, right?
I think September or October. Yeah.
So it's only a couple more months.
Well, and here's the thing. I mean, if you're going to try these kids as adults, and I'm sorry, a 16-year-old knows not to rape and murder someone, in my opinion.
Yes.
Then they should be, for all intents and purposes, considered an adult.
Which he is in this case,
right?
Except
for the trial,
the
but not for the
confinement purposes, pre-trial.
Yeah, it's just
because it didn't take long for them to say, yeah, he's going to be tried as an adult.
But I would never have an 18-year-old girl stand with a 9-year-old boy.
No.
Maybe a 2 and 3, like maybe young children, but still
babysitting age, like
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I don't know. And then at 18, she should have been monitored more on the cruise.
Either she should have been with the mom, like the mom should have been with her, and then the dad should have been with the boys, or she should have had her own room.
Right. And we don't know. I don't want to make any speculation. Maybe the parents had to check in all the time using the phones or whatever.
Well, apparently not, because like, oh wait, we haven't seen Anna in a while.
She did leave dinner because her braces were bothering her, and that's when she left the family.
Right.
To go to the cabin.
Yeah, it's just these parents. It's just, and I know it's going to come out that the parents were just not parenting.
I would be a nervous wreck on a cruise with an 18-year-old because they can drink internationally.
Yeah, as soon as you cross that international line,
right?
All bets are off. You're 18-year-old. You can gamble, you can drink, you can.
And she also hooked up with a minor. The boy that she hooked up with, he was underage.
Right.
So there's
and they tracked him down and.
Yeah. Imagine. I don't know. Parents need to start parenting, if you ask me.
It's really the root of a lot of our issues. A lot of our societal issues are because parents are not parenting.
That would be a whole other deep dive.
Yes, it would. But this is going to be interesting to see how this trial plays out. I mean, to me, it seems like a slam dunk, but
Well,
I read some of what the attorneys are saying, and they're throwing up some stuff. But again, there's months before the trial, so I'm sure the prosecution is going to have all their ducks in a row and have all those questions. And it was stupid that the attorneys are like asking the questions. Well, why give the prosecution an idea of what you're going to
and the
say?
defense is saying that all the evidence is circumstantial, but there's cameras everywhere. So they know
There's
who went
cameras
into the
and there's
room, who
also
came out of the
DNA.
room. Right, there's DNA. Yeah.
But has
So
it been conclusively linked to Timothy
I
Hudson,
believe
or they
so.
just think he's the most likely
This is
contributor?
so new. I believe it's linked to him. I mean, DNA is a slam dunk, right? It would probably be 99.999 whatever.
You would think, yeah.
But there's cameras everywhere, so they know who went in the room, they know who came out of the room,
They should, yeah.
But these kids are so used to being on these phones that I don't even and filming themselves that I don't even think they notice that there's cameras everywhere.
No, they have no.
They
No,
don't think about
they,
it.
no, it's
Well,
just
look at
normal.
Mackenzie Shirilla. She didn't
Yeah,
think there were cameras everywhere.
yeah. No,
And
that's just normal for
they
them.
caught the whole thing.
Right.
Anything else to add?
No, those were the two things I was really focused in on. Mainly the judge. I wanted to see what the hell this guy's deal was, but apparently he's above board and does not have a history of being stupid.
So before we discuss the wine, if you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a true crime and wine couple investigation, because I know you don't want to miss them. And tell us in the comments, what piece of evidence do you think will be the most important when this case finally goes before a jury? Do you think it will go before a jury, or do you think Hudson will plead? Let us know.
And if you have any suggestions for anything you want us to look at, let us know that too.
Absolutely. And until next time, before we discuss the wine, stay safe.
Yes.
Lock all your doors and drink your wine at home.
The wine. Okay.
And now the best part, the wine.
So we got this wine at Bully Hill Vineyards, which is, I don't know that they have a lot of great wines, but it's fun going there.
It's a fun place,
Yeah.
yes.
And yours was what? Fish Market
My
White?
favorite Bully Hill was Fish Market White. And they stopped making it. And I had a whole conversation with the man working there.
Yes, we did.
I used to buy this wine by the case. In fact, they used to sell it in New Jersey at Smitty's.
Yeah.
So I would grab a bottle on the way home from work usually. And then they stopped carrying it, and I couldn't find it anywhere. So I went to Bully Hill hoping to purchase a case of Fish Market White because it was the perfect, just easy drinking, smooth white.
Right.
And they stopped making it because people didn't like the name.
Which is stupid.
So the man there mixed two wines together and said, "This is the closest thing we have to it." And he replicated it. And I was very sad because I didn't know how to replicate it myself.
But the one
so he said this was the closest.
This is
right?
the closest. It's Chardonnay Riesling. It's called Fusion. Again, it's from Bully Hill. Bully Hill is up in the Finger Lakes. Again, it's a really fun winery
it's very
to go
popular.
to. Yeah.
And if you live in the tri-state area, they sell Bully Hill wines
Yeah,
at
Bully
all
Hill
the liquor stores.
all the liquor
they
stores
sell it.
and
Yeah. But this is pretty much almost as good.
Yeah,
It's got a little bit more of a bite or a fruitiness to it. The other one was just kind of flat.
Yeah.
It was the flattest white wine that ever existed. But it went great with fish. But this would go well with fish too, don't you think?
Sure, why not? It goes good with everything. What doesn't it go good with?
What doesn't? Or just by itself. It's a nice sit on the porch and sip it kind of wine in the summer, right? Like it's like
not a cigar
wine
though. It's too fruity for cigars.
It's too fruity.
Yeah, need something a little more bolder to have a cigar with.
So if you're feeling fruity but not feeling smoky,
there you go. That's right.
You can drink some Bully Hill Chardonnay Riesling.
Yep, there you go. All right. Well, thank you for joining us. We will be back again soon. And we have plans, and we still have a surprise coming up in a couple weeks.
And we'll catch you on the flip side.